Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Danganronpa 2 New World Order. Yes, finally! I don't even know how long it's been since we actually last did this one. Hold on, wait, let me actually check. When was the last episode of this series uploaded? The last episode of this series was uploaded on June 13th, 2020, which is almost a year, like, well over a year ago now. Like, that was like, wait, what, we're in 2022 now, it's been a long time coming. Yeah, so, this, for those who don't know, is basically the original fan game that we played. I do Danganronpa fan games on my channel, sometimes, quite often actually, and my channel really got a start thanks to this game, and it's amazing writing and characters, some of which I've even gone as far as to use in my blog, since I played it, so me using in my blog on Tumblr. Dash and Pierce make cameos. Mona's in it as a pretty important character. Sigmund is mentioned, and then I might have some of the other characters in it as well. But yeah, basically, I've been really wanting to have another shot at this game, go back to it, but I put it off for so long because I've just been busy doing other things, and I didn't really want to get in the way of that. Because after all, I've had university to deal with, I've had college to deal with. I've been doing a lot of other projects online, including like story writing, blog stuff, and stuff like that. So it's hard to do like just get time to make actual just regular videos and stuff. Because I've been doing a lot of Genshin Impact content, but I think it's about time that we went back to the roots and we start with Danganronpa 2, which was the original fan game, and I'm really excited to get back into it because the last chapter ended really great. I think now that I think about it, it's been so long since we played this, the daily life of Chapter 3 actually recently dropped, and this chapter's been out forever. I'm not going to play Chapter 3, by the way, until I finish this, and also until the class trial comes out for that. But let's just get right into it. New game, here we go. Hello? I know you're in there. Right, so in case everyone didn't remember how the last episode finished, I'll post a few clips from it right now in the video. So flashback.
It seems voting went off without a hitch this time. And yes, you have chosen correctly. The culprit in this case and the brutal murderer of Magnus is none other than Blaise, the ultimate teacher.
Is anyone in disagreement? No one spoke up. Very well, but don't say I didn't warn you. One of the first things the video told me is that there is a traitor hidden among us.
A traitor that's been pulling the strings behind the scenes, manipulating this whole thing. Most of what happens here apparently happens at their whim. Nataliya? Blaise, you're being awfully evasive. I could say the same about you. Why were you trying so hard to protect me during the trial? I have my reasons.
That's you.
It's nothing. What is going on? This is like a whole flashback. They think that I did it. The airplane bombing. Oh! No, someone like you couldn't possibly have. They found the bomb in my luggage. It's over. Not to mention all the other circumstantial evidence they have. Don't you worry about that. I've got a friend. He promised to help you. With his testimony, we might just have a fighting chance.
Pooh! A bear's gotta keep himself entertained. Let me give it to you straight. Magnus really wasn't lying. After all, his beloved nomad friend had been kidnapped.
The ultimate nomad? Kidnapped? Why is this the first I've heard of it? Perhaps more of our memories are missing than we first anticipated.
Pooh! Poor unfortunate Magnus. Losing his dear beloved friend like that, and undone by something so thankless. To be forced to spin lie after lie. Oh, I have no idea what he's doing right now. He's been so busy that I haven't been able to see him. So busy even though we're the best of friends. Did any of you really believe that?
You mean... No!
Yes! For you see, in using the nomad's life as leverage, the navigator was forced into silence.
Oh my god. I figured that was the case, but I didn't know how to best word it, so essentially Blaise just killed Magnus for no reason. Wow.
Why else do you think he refused to testify? If it were up to him, do you really truly think he would have let your beloved pupil die like that? Sure, the world's full of cruel people, but Magnus probably wasn't one of them. He was a poor lost soul just like you. A person who was willing to do anything for his beloved friend. How unlucky for him. Up to his death, he thought he still had to keep the kidnapping a secret. He died keeping a secret he no longer even needed to keep.
I thought it was cool how you try and make friends with all your students. Friends with all my students? You really don't remember, do you? Sure, go ahead, continue being senile. It's just like you for your memory to be trashier than a wood-tier scrub. If this is what it's like to grow old, then maybe dying and this killing you wouldn't be so bad. Just kidding! But I'd still like to avoid it if I can. The world hasn't seen the last of my epic plays. I see. So how much did you take away from all of us, Monokuma? Don't tell me that we all somehow knew each other before this, like the last killing game. It couldn't be! Hey, Nat. Daijoubu. I knew you were just doing your job. Blaise-kun! That act of yours. I don't know why you do it, but somehow I find it so beautiful. Every human is precious and irreplaceable. It is not something you should throw away so easily. You may be carrying a burden, but that burden is only temporary, and it's not something you have to carry all by yourself. So please, promise me that you'll live, all of you, succeed where I have failed. Thank you, Blaise-kun. I'll never forget you.
It's been days. This isn't healthy. You know it's not your fault, right, comrade? Oh, that's, Hunt. Okay. You know it's not your fault, right, comrade? I have to remember all the voices I gave these guys, because I don't remember. None of us blame you. You don't speak for everyone. Very well. I'll leave your food here, at the usual spot. Better to eat it soon before it gets cold. Oh, and here's an exercise routine that I devised for you. Right, this is probably... We're now probably, all things considered, seeing the story from Nataliya's perspective, because Blaise is... So, yeah. Especially tailored to the conditions of the dorm rooms. He washes a thin sheet of paper slipped in under the door. Please look after yourself. It would be a shame to see someone perish like this under my watch, Comrade Nataliya. Pressing your ears against the door, you can vaguely hear the sound of footsteps retreating into the distance. This is not kawaii desu. I remember she had that trait. She was a trait of, like, sounding like an anime character. So that was what you were alluding to. In our discussions, I was foolish, oh Levitica, to be endowed with the answers and yet remain ignorant of your suffering. No, it's not your fault. But this is not about me. How is your condition, dear lamb? Please, Levitica, I need to be alone. Tell me, Nataliya, is this truly what Blaise would have wanted? To see you in such a wretched state? Seeking sanctuary and solace, and yet allowing it to become your prison? What would you know about what Blaise would have wanted? I know that he and you were more alike than you could imagine. I shan't profane your room against your will, but know that I come bearing whispers, not just not those of the gods. And if you do not leave your room soon, I cannot control what happens next. Please do not misjudge us. I cannot speak for the flock as its shepherd, but I do know that we are better than the product of our petty grievances. I trust in the powers that be, but I also trust in my instinct. I know we can achieve great things, but only if we work together. We have enough enemies to contend with on this earthly plane, so why add another from within? She's right. I'm nothing but an embarrassment right now. To the great family of law enforcement. To Blaise. What would everyone think if they saw me now? Would they be ashamed? Saddened? I shan't waste any more of your time. I hope you can find peace, and I entreat it come soon. Sound of footsteps starts fading into the distance. Wait, Levitica! Oh, this is a cold open. Come on now. You can do better than that. Chotamate Levitica-chan! Levitica-chan! The sound of footsteps stopped abruptly in the distance. What is it, Nataliya? Tell everyone I'll be out by tomorrow. And do you swear this by the gods, both old and new? Hi. There was a brief pause, then. I shall convey your message with haste. Farewell, Nataliya. The sound of footsteps continued. Now what? Senpai. Blaise. Sis. What am I supposed to do? Huh! Something's wrong. Okay, calm yourself now. What's wrong? Remember the rules of engagement. You shouldn't. Who's there? Don't. You reach for the doorknob, but it stubbornly refuses to move. Wait! This voice. Have I heard it somewhere before? Only temporary, dear Warden. Can't have you running out and causing any more unnecessary trouble, can I? What do you want? Who are you? If I said I was you, would that make it the truth, perhaps? Enough with the riddles! Ah, but I am you. The part that follows you around but disappears when you look for it. Why else would I be here if not to share such a plain truth? But if you prefer, you may simply call me the Game Master. Yes, the Game Master. For isn't this whole charade nothing but a cruel game? Cruel game? Master? Could it be? Are you the traitor? The traitor. The person responsible for your unfortunate predicament. The person who Blaise sought out until the moment he drew his last breath. No, not by your definition of the word. Then what business do you have with me? I come with a warning, that is all. Oh, okay, I thought spacebar would skip it, but no, it just hides the HUD. A warning? Yes. When next we meet, someone will already have perished. Murdered through no fault of their own. A truly senseless killing. What is going on? Hey! Hey! I'm not going to ask again! Who are you and why are you telling me this? What's happening? My eyes, they feel very heavy. I can't move. Oh, shoot. Save your energy for a better cause. The reaping that is about to commence, it is guided by a target. And where a target does not exist, it is instead directed by weakness. Are you weak? If you are, then this is destined to be both our first meeting and our last. But if you are not, show me you have power to defy fate itself! The blank stare of the abyss. Nataliya? Hey, Nataliya, are you okay? Everyone stand aside! You feel a series of heavy compressions on your chest. After a brief pause... Ah! You spring upwards, arms outstretched in a defensive pose. Hey! What's with the reaction? Hey, Phoenix! I missed you.
This isn't right.
You're acting like you're 2 burger patties short of a Big Whack!
Thank goodness.
Oh, thank goodness! We were so worried about you! Everyone. That pungent
Okay,
odor.
stay calm.
Mina! Get out of here before... Before what?
How foolish.
The second coming of Groot? Aye? Before you... Oh, are you talking about the sleeping gas? Already way ahead of you.
An apple a day keeps
We're
the
working on
arch
airing-
nemesis away.
We're working on airing this place out as we speak. If you don't mind me asking, from which source did you derive your knowledge of such chemicals, Phoenix? That's simple. I'm a doctor. Is that so?
Presenting logic.
My smell sensors seem to suggest that this is a chemical of the type that a doctor would not ordinarily encounter. He's a surgeon, isn't he? I mean, like... He would know this because he's a surgeon. He would know about sleeping gas. Ah, but you're forgetting about my arch nemesis. For you see, it is... Yeah. Oh, new sprites! This definitely wasn't in the last one. Hi, Zeke. Yeah.
Me first.
Hey, Nat Scrub! Zeke? Hi. Why didn't you build more tenacity to counter the hard CC? Maybe it's because I wasn't expecting it? I really... Zeke's an ass, but I really love voicing him. A convenient excuse as usual now. You should never have let your guard down. Keck. But I'm glad you're okay.
Scanning.
So someone attacked you in your own room. Oh, we got all the voices back in now. Chapter 1 didn't have any of the voice acting in it. Prologue did, though. So someone attacked you in your own room. Did you see their face? I couldn't. I see. I wonder if there are any precautions we can take based off this incident. Daijoubu you. Oh god, that's so hard to say! You-chan. I think they only had business with me, so the rest of you don't have to worry. Was that supposed to allay my concerns?
Emotional overload error.
Someone targeted you! I really think it was a one-off. They clearly only have business with me. What did they mean exactly? There's going to be another killing? Defying fate? It doesn't make any sense. Very well.
Updating existing
I'll simply
data.
archive the information for now. More immediately, how are you holding up? You seem to be standing fine at least, but your internal condition is what I'm worried about. I think I can walk, don't worry about me. Levitica gave us the good news. Dash really went all out preparing for today. So make sure you come down as soon as you can.
I shall take my leave.
Now, if you'll excuse me, it appears I forgot to take something out of the oven. I really love this sprite from Grace, this sort of how cute sprite. She ran off. Yeah, about time you go off, Tilt. You know what, since you find it and I'm starving...
Okay, thanks.
Leaders! He took off at a sprint. Are you sure you can walk? Sorry, I did the skim. Are you sure you can walk? I understand it is human convention to put on a brave face. But if you need a shoulder to lean on, I'll be here. Ugh, what happened to being independent? Miyu is best girl. Daijoubu, oh god! You-chan, that's really, the hyphens are so, like, make that really hard to read for some
Leave it
reason.
to me.
Just give me a bit to get dressed and I'll be there before you know it. Affirmative. I cannot speak for everyone, but things just haven't felt the same without you. I cannot describe it.
I'm glad of this outcome.
Oh, that's a new one as well! It is good to have you back. She departed from the room at a leisurely pace. Well, it seems my work here is done.
How do you like that?
How do you like that? Phoenix 68, Arch Nemesis 67. What is this Arch Nemesis he's talking about? Is it all of his, like, failed cases, maybe? He walked out of the room, mumbling to himself. Okay, routine. Code, first. No, that doesn't sound right.
Where's the logic in this?
Oh, cool! New HUD, and also, hey, Sigmund, you're back. You're another character I really loved voicing. Are you sure you want to call this a party?
This just in.
I can't say I like what you're insinuating, Siggy. I don't remember what voice I gave Elise, so I'm gonna change it because I don't think I like my original one. How else would you spin it if not a party? Does no one remember the morality rate from the previous killing game, particularly where parties were involved? Yes! I mean, that's just so, like, realistic, isn't it? If there's a party being thrown in Danganronpa, things are gonna go badly.
Point taken.
Point taken.
Hold it right there.
Hold it! This is elementary, my dear Sigmund.
Please add that to the record.
Let us refrain from classifying this as a party, then. If it holds no formal legal status, perhaps the prior high morality would not apply. Ah, Nataliya, just in time.
I trust that this is
Would you like
satisfactory.
me to make the first cut? Cut? The cake is right in front of you. Is man perhaps preoccupied?
Daijoubu.
Aye, I'm fine. Keep it calm, Nat. Keep it calm. Wow, okay, if Nat won't call the shots,
Me first.
guess I'll just have to draw first blood, like usual. What's he? Before anyone can react, Zeke had snatched the knife and in a series of sweeping motions, the cake was cleanly sliced into 15 pieces.
That is...
Zeke, where did that come from? Such impressive blade craft. Oh, Florence! Hey, I forgot about you. I'd be happy to take lessons if that were a possibility. That kid, he's even more dangerous than I thought.
Very good, sir.
Very good, sir. I am glad that the slicing was put in such capable hands. You're a cut above the rest, that's for sure. Was that a pun? No.
I trust that this is
Anyway, I
satisfactory.
hope sirs and ma'ams find the cake to be satisfactory. This is one of our signature creations from back in the early days of our establishment. I think that's a new sprite as well. It combines my love of coffee with the baker's love of traditional rural herbs.
This isn't right.
Herbs and coffee? Mix well? I'll believe it when I... Ah!
I will not falter.
Somebody grab his arms!
That shouldn't have been possible.
Let go of me! How am I supposed to eat more when I have people restraining me? What are you?
Preposterous.
Unhand my slice right this instant, comrade! My work here is done. I mean, glad you like it, sir. Dash did this to welcome me back. Being so kind even after what I've done. I don't deserve this. I really don't deserve this. Are we just going to pretend that nothing ever happened? Psst, Nat.
There's no need to worry.
For a fine sampler of Japanese culture, you sure are a worry ward. Oh, cool! You're here as well. Yeah, I remember Eden. And also, can I just say, I'm loving all these new sprites because, one of the big problems I could see the original game having, that I never had this problem, but I can see why people wouldn't like that. A lot of the sprites, are traced from original ones. And that's where they come up with the original character design, but it seems that they're actually hiring, like, proper editors to make, like, actual new material and stuff, which is really good. This game is fantastic, even on a shoestring budget, but, would it hurt to lighten up every once in a while? Worry ward, Eden-chan?
Jeez.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Wow, Blaise was right. You really are a terrible liar. Oh, wait, was that... Hold on, go back to the log. Wow, that was Eden. Wait, is my... Oh, shoot. Okay, I'll have to move that.
Sheesh.
He totally said that in jest! But I see there's no point trying to hide anything from our resident mind reader, Chan. You're right, Eden. I just can't. I can't listen to people telling me that things are okay and just decide to be okay. Besides, it's me that owes all of you a... Hold it right there. Eden-chan? You don't owe us a thing, and we don't owe you a thing. Why do you insist on reducing everything to a debt? Are we all just a bunch of favors to you? That's... What you said during the trial really hit me. When you told Blaise that you owed him a favor you could never repay. Now I'm a straight shooter with my clients, and I don't see why I should be any different with you. Just stop.
Do not assume.
Stop thinking that every wrong you commit must be repaid exactly in kind. I can't, Eden. It's who I am. A part of me I'm afraid to let go. I understand. It's okay to be scared. We all are, one way or
I
another.
offer you my guidance.
But even in the deepest depths of fear, there is one thing you should never compromise. And that is yourself. Well, just look at me going all Sigmund-like on you. Eden. I'll try to keep that in mind. Thank you. And that's all I ask. Now, is there anything else that's troubling you? There's one other thing, but I think I'll mention it later.
Leave it to me.
Don't want to ruin the mood, Yan. Not when there's plenty of cake to still go around. You're an oddball and a half, Nat. And is there anything wrong with it? The party went on for the rest of the morning, filling the cafeteria with a rousing chatter, and at the end... Wow, no one died!
What an unbelievable 200
What is this
IQ
200
strat.
IQ strat? This is clearly a blessing
I
from the
am
gods.
but a humble emissary.
The indescribable warmth that fills my heart suggests nothing less, is what I would say, but for the fact that only a select few are even remotely interested in parties.
Allow me to clarify.
Now that the party's over, are there any other items on the agenda? Right back into business, Comrade Pierce!
I admire your commitment.
It appears the bear is still AWOL. Oh yeah, I forgot I gave Florence, like, Frieza's voice, didn't I? Or something. It appears the bear is still AWOL. Any news to his potential whereabouts?
Brute.
No, I haven't seen a thing.
This just in.
This just in. No updates are available just yet.
The silence
I'm getting into a strange feeling of deja
intensifies.
vu. It seems he enjoys the occasional bout of solitude. It's understandable, really.
What a typical
And I think I
dumbbell.
could start getting used to life without that black and white dumbbell badgering us.
What a questionable play.
Hey, don't jinx it! Scanning. I think it's important to note that his reappearances do not generally bode well for us.
Presenting logic.
It is as if though he is a harbinger of sorts, with malevolence emanating from his very being.
Please enlighten.
Are you alluding to the horsemen of the apocalypse? Oh, someone like you believes in such myths? That is not the issue at the moment. Oh yeah, I remember these two had a bit of a rivalry, didn't they? Just while we're broaching the topic of all things, Killmore. Oh right, I forgot about this. They call Monokuma Killmore Bear in this. But I think I just change it back to Monokuma. Just while we're broaching on the topic of all things,
What would
Monokuma.
Freud say?
What are we to do with the trinkets? What do you mean, Siggy? The last time he appeared, he brought with him a collection of trinkets.
How disappointing.
You to remind everyone of the purpose one particular trinket served in our recent ordeal. So what's your suggestion, Siggy?
All right.
Are we supposed to throw them away? Destroy them?
I would not be
opposed to those proportions. Destroying the trinkets? Would Monokuma allow something like that to happen?
Mm-hmm.
You're not just saying that because you have a bad trinket, are you? Now that I've played Genshin Impact, I'm thinking I will probably give Virginia Yae Miko's voice because they're quite similar as characters. It matters not. Thought so.
Attention, please.
Okay. Duly noted. Anything else? Well, actually, I was hoping we can handle that right now. The longer we have these, the more time we spend exposed to unnecessary danger. Did anyone spot an incinerator or something similar in their explorations? I think Medieval World has a crusher. Why don't we put them all in there? Medieval World? Oh, wait just a friggin'
Don't
second.
you start.
Who gave you the authority to make that decision for us? Oh, Mona, hey! Mona? Silent as usual, are we? I agree with
How
Dash.
meaningless.
Why must we throw away our trinkets like a bunch of idiots? We might need them soon.
Oh, poppycock.
Need them? Poppycock, comrade! What use could they possibly have other than as... such idiocy? I know that they could be used
What a
in
joke.
murder. But did anyone stop to consider the long term? What happens if help doesn't come for us? What then? If help doesn't come? But surely it will! Like it did in the previous killing
Why am I not surprised?
and a fat load of good that did. So they were rescued. Big deal. By then, nearly everyone was dead. Are you okay to just sit back and let that happen to you? To die waiting? An uneasy silence fell across the room. So Mona, you are suggesting that we may have to break ourselves out of here, and that the trinkets might help with it? Is my memo correct? Yes. I'm just worried that either I'll die, or I'll live long enough to see all of you.
Dear lamb.
You have a good heart, dear lamb. Mona.
Attention, please.
Order! Order in the court! Thank you for your testimony, witness. How about this? I propose that we vote on the matter to settle it once and for all. The outcome shall be determined by simple majority. Ah, first past the post. How glorious.
For the revolution.
Let us commence the vote at once. Everyone proceeded to vote. So to confirm, on the question, should we render our trinkets unusable by means of complete destruction using such methods as... this is drawing up some bad
That is the
memories.
opinion of the law.
We had 0 ayes, 7 nays, and 7 abstaining votes. 9. I don't even want to think about that one. I think you forgot to count yourself, Pierce. Ah, right. Allow me to make amends to the results. Oh, 0 ayes, 8 nays, and 7 abstaining votes. A clear majority. The nays have it. Not a single yes vote was recorded? That's definitely a surprise. Apologies for the earlier error, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not accustomed to standing with you all at the juror's bench. Because lawyers are unable to serve on a jury anywhere in the world.
What a ridiculous custom.
What an outlandish rule. Comrade Thinker! Could it be that Comrade Deathstare's words have swayed you? Who's Comrade Deathstare? Oh, Mona. Right, of course. Mona.
Thinking.
Yes and no.
How soulless.
How boorishly agnostic of you. I'm certainly still skeptical about the dangers of the trinkets, but I cannot deny that we may be throwing away a lifeline that may yet prove useful. At the very least, is anyone opposed to taking inventory of the trinkets, including their features? No one raised their hand. Good. I shall be visiting each of you later to take inventory. Mona, would you care to join me? Why me?
As logic dictates.
Isn't it obvious? It's because this was your idea.
Leave me out of this.
Idiot. It wasn't my idea to take inventory. Fine. I'll help you confirm the results. But do it at night, please. Noted. Thank you for your cooperation. I look forward to the enlightened discussion we are sure to have. Especially since the Moonlight is a manufacturer.
I agree.
Literally. Poor Mona. Okay, so with that matter out of the way, are there any other items on the agenda? Okay, Nat, it's now or never.
Everyone.
Ahem! Who was it? Hmm?
Whispers guide me.
Whatever are you talking about, dear lamb? I have to be careful not to cause a panic with this. It's still unverified information at this point. Does the name Game Master mean anything to anyone here? An uncomfortable silence followed as everyone looked at each other puzzled. Game Master?
This just in.
Could it be you're looking to start your own game show, Nat? Start your own show? Oh, Shaddy spinning the wheel! Nataliya, could it be that you're, still under the influence?
Mommy?
Oh, don't even think about getting me for a DUI, you. You lousy bucket to sue.
That's not what I meant.
I meant the gas! But at least you still seem lucid.
Hold it right there.
Aha! I've got it! This must have something to do with Monokuma. I bet all the power's gone to his head and he's calling himself names now. I doubt it. Monokuma wouldn't need to do something like that. It would be too contrived for anyone in his position. Yet I can't help but feel this is incredible, this as a credible threat. But at the same time, no one seemed to react. Is this perhaps related to the gassing of your room? I can't let them make the connection. Not yet. This will definitely cause a panic, and the last thing we need is an atmosphere of suspicion to hang over us, due to some highly dubious information. Oh, the gassing? Perhaps that was just a prank, Nyan. Miyu's not stupid, come on! I was not aware that the use of gas is standard practice in pranks. That depends on the person. I wonder what Zeke and Virginia have to say for themselves. Wow. It's barely been a week and we're already being labeled. It wasn't me.
Try again.
I'd have used carbon monoxide.
How can this happen?
But then Comrade Nataliya would be dead.
That is precisely
That's my point. Allow me to entertain Ma'am's hypothetical. This Game Master. What sort of person are they like? Are they even a person? I don't know much about them, to be honest. I'm giving Dash Hunter's voice. Hold on. Are they even a person? I don't know much about them, to be honest. Their gender, their age, even if they're human. But I know they have weird interests. If they looked at this whole situation, they'd undoubtedly see it as nothing more than a cruel game. That's what I think. I'm really playing with fire here. I have to abandon this topic if I get no reaction from this. And I believe the reason they think like this is because this situation is reaping human lives. It preys on our weaknesses and turns it into a most twisted fate. Really, Nataliya?
How impressive.
You should have just told me you were planning to write a poem. I'm quite familiar with the ins and outs of poetic verse myself. No reaction whatsoever. I don't think I should read too much into this. We're ultimates after all, and ultimates are generally experts at hiding their tells. If you're done pulling our leg, Nataliya, I believe there is another topic we have yet to broach. Sigmund-kun? What is it? Who else could I be alluding to but this so-called traitor? The trial offered clear confirmation that such a person exists. The person that Blaise was looking for.
Medically
But
speaking,
there's still a possibility that the traitor doesn't exist at all. Blaise himself acknowledged this, as he... Pardon me if it may seem I am speaking out of
Caution is
turn,
advised.
but why broach this topic now of all times? Nataliya knows. Did he notice? Do we have any new information at this stage concerning their identity? No one spoke up. Then the answer is clear. Such circumstances lead inevitably to the issue of trust. I'm sorry, but it has to be said. Of everyone currently present, I trust Nataliya the least. And I know I'm not alone.
Why?
Sigmund, how could you... How could I, you ask? Very easily. Right now, it is merely social convention that is restraining
how
us.
foolish.
But I've always found it to be a tiresome thing. Nataliya, your actions in the trial were, at best, reckless, and at worst, malicious. I've had time to reflect on this over the last few days. What kind of goals would this traitor be motivated by? I see.
My logic is infallible.
I suspect our deaths will align closely with their agenda.
Please enlighten
You are
us.
suggesting that Nataliya sought to prematurely release us to the gods? But she would have died too! Surely if you were this traitor, there would be easier ways to dispose of us.
Oh, how I wish that to be.
I consider that too, of course. It is the only reason I have not already detained her myself. And if she is not the traitor, what then? Are you saying she gambled the lives of all of us, the future world leaders, the literal well-being
Where's
of the
the
world,
logic in this?
over pure misguided emotion? You're going to have to do something truly extraordinary to win back my trust, Nataliya, and the trust of anyone else you're shaken. This, I promise. Perhaps you don't care, and that is fine too. I've said my piece. A deathly silence fell over the group. Oh god, I've got goosebumps. That's actually really good. I guess Sigmund's starting to shape up to be more of an antagonist now. You're... Right. Oh god, not this music! I know that it will take a while for me to rebuild the trust that I may have lost in our class trial. But I don't think I would ever take something like that for granted. I truly respect you all. Even if my conduct during the class trial did not reflect this. And in a way, I'm kind of relieved to see you be so direct about it.
Leave it to me.
If anyone else has any concerns, please feel free to bring it up with me in person. Thank you, Sigmund. You may claim otherwise, but I can tell you restrained yourself. I think I'll go back to my room now. Jan. Hold it!
Objection!
Where do you think you're going?
For the great
That's
British
right!
Empire!
You haven't been given the Grand Tour yet!
Nani?
Grand Tour? Indeed. Some more areas have opened up since we last saw you. Is the investigator within not the least bit curious? But I thought the entire area under the dome could be explored from the start.
I wonder what the audience would think.
Well, it seems someone forgot to tell Kilmore about that. There's something about the glass of the dome that just feels off. Naruhodo. And who will give me this Grand Tour, Nyan?
Please make haste.
Comrade Zeke, you seem interested. Oh, first a labeling, now this? Don't tell me you're still salty from the trial.
I could never do
Shush!
that.
I would not be so petty as to bring personal feelings into this. Whatevs.
We haven't got
Come
all
on,
day.
Nat. We haven't got all day. Before you could protest, Zeke had dragged you out of the cafeteria. This is really awkward. Have we been here before? I don't remember.
Let's investigate.
I see the town's as peaceful as ever, Nyan. TBH, I'm just glad I don't have to spend any more time in the presence of those scrubs. I'm afraid I don't follow. Are you implying I'm not a scrub? Lel.
I have nothing to say.
Ah, no one gave you that impression. I see. Just thought it would be good to know where we stand. He stopped abruptly. Where we stand, eh? And where exactly would that be? Nani? I know a faker when I see
What
one.
a scrub.
The last time I met one, I beat him in a 1v1. A faker. Those words, the way you are right now, they're not the real you, are they?
Spill.
So, I'm just curious what the real Nat is like. What combo would unleash her full power? Were you always this nosy? Well, let's just say Sigmund isn't the only one who enjoys reading people. I made a promise, that's all there is to it. Come on, Nat, you can do better than that. Tell us about that other thing you're hiding from the rest of us, why don't you? That thing you brought up just now. The air between you seemed to freeze. There's no way. Whatever could you mean, Zeke-kun? You know exactly what I mean. The Game Master. They were the same person that gashed your room, weren't they? So, it wasn't as harmless as you were making it out to be. And before you ask, no, it wasn't me.
Ugh, so passive.
It's just so obvious. I'm surprised no one else made the connection. Or maybe they did, but they're keeping it to themselves. Be careful, Nat. The initiation stage always sets off a chain reaction. I don't think this issue is in the same vein. So it's true. Well, I don't envy you. To create a piece built on lies or chaos based on truth. I bet that's the sort of question that would give Sigmund a hard-on.
Just kidding.
Just kidding! Zeke, there's so much more to you than meets the eye. Aw, did you mute me? Come on, Nat, talk to me. You're breaking my heart. Sorry, I was just thinking. Thinking's for scrubs.
Let me see.
Sometimes you just gotta trust your instincts. But you said, did I really? Oh. Whose sprite is this? I swear I've seen something like this before. Oh yeah, Rantaro, right. Rantaro does that. You should be careful putting words into other people's mouths. Yeah, we've reached the bend. Are you ready to start the tour? Where to
So
first?
much hard CC.
To spawn! Just kidding. I'll let you make this call. There are two main areas opened up. We call them the Lakeside and the Medieval World. Hold on, let me save. They're both close by, so the order doesn't really matter. Medieval World? The name wasn't my idea.
Come on, let's go.
Well, shall we? Where would you like to go first? Know that your decision here really doesn't matter. Cool. Good to know. At all. I gotta love the illusion of choice! Alright, cool. I think I'm gonna leave this first episode here. It's so good to be back in this game. I really did kind of miss it. And like I said, I wasn't holding off on this because I didn't really want to play it. I was gonna get back to this eventually, of course, but thank you very much for watching. I'm excited to do more of this, and I will see you all in the next video. So, goodbye for now.